So we are continuing on with our study through the book of Proverbs. If you will open your Bibles with me to Proverbs, the second chapter. My son, if you will receive my sayings and treasure my commandments within you, make your ear attentive to wisdom, incline your heart to understanding. For if you cry for discernment, lift your voice for understanding. If you seek her as silver, and search for her as for hidden treasures, then you will discern the fear of the Lord, and discover the knowledge of God. For the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth comes understanding and knowledge and understanding. He stores up sound wisdom for the upright. He is a shield to those who walk in integrity, guarding the paths of justice, and he preserves the way of the godly ones. Then you will discern righteousness and justice and equity and every good course. I want to focus today especially on how God is guarding the paths of justice and he preserves the way of the godly ones, so that then we can discover righteousness and justice and equity and every good course. Justice comes from God. Righteousness comes from God. Equity, this equal treatment of men, comes from God. It is that all men and women are created equal. We are in no other way equal. None of us have equal intelligence. None of us have equal physical health. None of us have equal experience. None of us will have, maybe precisely the same gifts and passions and talents and interests. Only way that we're equal is that we are created equally in the image of God. Other than that, none of us are equal. I'm not saying that one group of human beings is superior to another group of human beings. I'm not saying that one skin tone is better or worse than another skin tone. What I'm saying is there's no other way in which we are equal than the way in which we are equal before God. I was recently on jury duty, and the judge was talking about how everybody in my home state of California, from the lowest janitor to the governor, everybody is equal to the court in terms of their responsibility to the court. Well, I took objection to the idea that somehow the governor is above all Californians and that the janitor is somehow below all Californians. But we all have different jobs. None of our jobs are necessarily of equal worth, at least not in the eyes of men. Even in the courts that profess equality, if you can afford a good attorney, if you can afford a world-class attorney, maybe you can convince people that if the glove does not fit, you must acquit. Maybe if you get a really poor attorney because you cannot afford attorney, maybe they'll be interested in just signing a deal, even though maybe there really is no deal to be made. I'm not trying to disparage the justice system that we have. I'm just saying that our justice system fails. Our justice system is made up by men and women. It is empowered by money and guns, handcuffs, and all the other tools of law enforcement. But resources failing, cops don't have time to deal with every injustice. Cops don't have the legal authority to deal with every injustice. As a security guard, I see crime every day that I just have to look away from because we just don't have the money or the resources or the time to deal with those issues. But God does. God provides justice. God provides equality. God provides perfect judgment. Something that we will all equally be accountable for on the day of judgment. Something that none of us can buy our way out of, scheme our way out of. Justice, righteousness, equality can only perfectly be provided by God. In this world, I don't care who you elect. I don't care what government you put in power. Perfection will never arrive in this world. We can make things better. We can make things more fair. But we will always fail at utopia. Utopia, that perfect dream, that perfect place, is simply not possible for humans to achieve. But the perfect equity, the perfect justice, the perfect righteousness is possible with God, who created us, who loved us. And if we believe in Jesus, if we trust in His salvation, we can find that perfect justice from God.